What's up, what's up, what's up, world? This is Principal Anthony, your boy, your mentor, your friend, here with another special edition of In the Principal's Office. Today we got a good one. We're going to talk about the effects of a good teacher. Everybody think about who was that good teacher that had a big impact in your life that maybe was responsible for helping you get to where you are today. Think about that. We're going to get right into it. But before we do, take a second and recognize who we're repping today. This is an important thing, y'all. The name of this shirt says Delaware State. Delaware State is one of the first HBCUs. So important, so big to the impact that it had on my life. I'm just so thankful to be a part of an HBCU. So all my Hornet fans, stand up. Big Tom, D Nice, Zach, Tracy, Vlad, Kev, all of y'all, stand up. Where you at? But before we get into it, we're going to do a little something special for you. I'm going to flow for a bit. Once upon a time not long ago, let's get into it. I always had a flow like fluid. Back in the days in the 80s, things was crazy. But think about it, I could do it, you could do it. Southside Queens, I went to August Martin. Hoopstar dreams, we was in the parking. But thinking about those days, the streets, the drugs, the roadblocks, they probably could have did me in. But mom, she was praying. I'm saying, now everybody's listening. Do me a favor, you feel me? Hit that subscribe button and do it quickly. My mom shine like stars, but bet you never thought about a principal dropping bars. But yeah, we did it. That's what we do here in the principal's office. Without further ado, we're going to get right into it and talk about that good teacher. Who was that good teacher that you had in your life? Everybody remember her? You know, she was the class you always wanted to get to on time. You did all your homework. You never gave her a problem or him a problem, because this was that teacher that made a difference in your life. We want to talk about it. Like I said, I've been a principal for almost 20 years, guys, and I've seen a lot of great lessons. I've seen the kind of lessons that make you go home and say, wow, that teacher's really amazing. I'm going to talk about some of those people today and what they do and some of the commonalities that we see happening across the board. But basically, a good teacher has that superpower, right? That potential to inspire people for greatness. One of my favorites was a fourth grade teacher by the name of Miss Peterson that just had me running a class in the fourth grade. I mean, this lady was amazing and just made me love learning. She did that for me, and so many people as a principal I recognize do that for others. I ran schools like August Martin High School, very large high school, Forest Hills, an even larger high school with over 3,000 students, 300 teachers. But it always would amaze me. It'd be that special one or that special two or that two or three in a department that really stood out from everybody else because they were special. It's just something about an incredible teacher that can just move mountains. Let's talk about it a little bit. If I can get my thing to work here. Okay. So yeah, for the last 8 years, after I left those big schools, I got the blessing of spending my last 8 years in a very small little school with wonderful people, wonderful kids called East West School of International Studies. This was a close-knit community, basically all on one floor of the building. And it was eye-opening to me to see what a good teacher can do, on an up-close level in a small setting. I'm going to talk about 3 teachers in particular that were really, really good. And we're just going to quickly talk about what they had in common. So this first teacher was a math teacher. The kids absolutely loved her. She had some of the best introductions to her lesson. Kids were always engaged in helping each other in groups. The kids actually loved this teacher. If she jumped, they jumped. She was just that kind of teacher that had that electric sort of superpower that when she walked in, the kids were like mesmerized, and she had amazing results in math. That was one teacher I want to think about. Second teacher, she was probably the most talented social studies teacher that I've ever seen in my 30 years of being in the New York City Department of Education. This teacher had the absolute highest scores on the Regents exam, not only in our school for U.S. history, but across all of New York City. This teacher led all of the schools with her results in New York City. I mean, what she was doing in the classroom was unlike stuff that I've ever seen before. And she was just a very passionate teacher. On my earliest day at 5:15 in the morning when I got to work, she'd be there, ready, planning, ready to go, getting her craft together. Just a really special teacher that was a great thought partner and helped me do so many things. And then the third one I want to talk about was a really amazing English teacher. She was actually the 2025 New York City Julian Robinson Award winner for excellence. This teacher was one of the best researchers that I've ever seen, in her discipline. Always asking me, can she go to do some research, in another state, in New York City, out of the country. She was just that person that was passionate about bringing back tools and resources for what we were trying to do in our school to make our teachers and make our kids better. But she was amazing, and she was also really special in giving the kids roles and having them be responsible for learning in the classroom. So those are three teachers that I'm highlighting. But the one common denominator for all these teachers was that they individually all gave students the power, right? They had students really involved in whether they were successful or not. And they did it so many different ways, everything from group roles to kids leading the lesson in the classroom, to responsibilities, one-on-one with paired teaching in the classes. I mean, they did so many things to make kids sort of own that responsibility for learning. It was special, and they got incredible results doing it. They also were relentless in their preparation and in their research around their individual discipline or subject areas. So your preparation is going to do a lot too. You can have the most talent in the world as an educator, but if you're not preparing, if you don't do that extra mile in your planning, how far can you really get? But the common denominator with all those teachers that I talked about, those three, they were incredible planners. They got the kids to take ownership. What if we took those tools in life and we tried to just do the same thing? I wonder how far that we could get possibly, right? If we took the ability to give the tools that are necessary for success to others and allow them to be successful, right? Or if we took that ability to prepare and instill in people that you need to prepare beyond belief, how much further will we get as a society and as a whole country with education? So my question for everybody today is that in some way, can we educate? Can we push an initiative? Can we come up with that business plan where we're empowering others to do the work and still reach our goals? And secondly, can we do better researching? Can we do better at, really diving into things before we even present them to the board or before we even apply for the business loan? Can we do our due diligence even better and prepare like some of these top people are doing in their disciplines? Maybe if we prepare a little better and if we start to empower people to help us reach our goal, maybe we'll get even further with our individual, wants and desires. I think that that's really possible. But that's all I got for today. Really quick. Again, I want everybody, thank you for watching my YouTube channel. Make sure you go to the channel, hit the subscribe button. Again, it's in the principal's office. You'll see the link right on the screen. Make sure you go to the channel, hit that subscribe button. We're trying to raise money for student scholarships, and I can't do it without all of you guys helping. So again, thank you. I'm Principal Cromer. I wish you all the best. Walk in your potential today. You can get there. Talk to you soon.